Heyo, my Planet Zoo friends.
Oh,
Didn't go as intended. That's quite all right. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We are doing a park tour of my final park, Zanzibar Zoo. I am joined here with Thunderbud, Wix, Farana, and Zelixor.
hello.
Hey.
So, this is as much as I could get done. After losing my second zoo, so I did all this in 4 days. So go easy on me, guys. But welcome to Zanzibar Zoo. It's home of the hippos and the lions. So
Amazing.
right off the gate, we have some tortoises roaming around here. This was a Steam Workshop blueprint that I modified. It looked like a turtle home.
Cool.
Nice.
Is it the Galapagos or the Seychelles?
Something shell. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's 2 turtles in the game.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Uh-huh.
Giant.
The island is from the Seychelles. That's this one.
Okay. And then we have a little bit of a water viewing area, which is not being used, but we have the Nile monitors. Go do it. Take a dip.
Oh, he's going for it.
Perfect. And the there he is. Oh, he's done. All that work for nothing.
Nice.
Nice.
It's funny how they
It
don't
looks
drink
nice.
from the water.
Right? And they're always thirsty. Animals
Yeah.
dehydrated. It's like I made a little bridge for them. I don't know why they like scratching posts. It seemed really weird to me. That's a part of their filter,
I don't
though.
know.
It's
Okay.
really strange. So the staffing area for this is back here. I bedded it into a rock garden,
Oh,
It's nice.
that looks really pretty.
and you can fake the
That
water
does look
by
nice.
using the splashes. Well, thank you. And then the runoff as well. So you can really fake water in this game, which surprised
Yeah.
me. And the big hippo at the top. Mah! All
Is
right,
that how they sound?
I think so.
Can you do it again?
So that's like the main entranceway, but we have a downstairs.
Oh,
We might have to change the time of day here. Let's do, I think 6 a.m. worked really well. So we have bathrooms, we have some gardens,
Nice.
and then we have all the food. The building's horrendous. I know Wix is just scratching his head right now going, look at that building. What is wrong with you, Johnny? It was makeshift, okay?
Nah, man, I got stuff that is not heavily detailed in my park too.
So it's basically like a gigantic aquarium. And
Yeah.
that's pretty terrifying, I have to say.
Yeah, right?
I don't really know why. But
you should
very
have seen the
intimidating.
a couple episodes ago, the guests were screaming, so let me explain why. So the hippos are so fat that when their head hits the glass, their head will actually go through the glass. And it'll say animal has escaped. So the guests will come up here and then a hippo will bang into the glass and then the people will be ah! And they'll run out of the park. It was a disaster. So
that's actually hilarious.
so what I did is I added a second pane of glass so that their fat heads won't bump through. But we also have overhead viewing that gives you a nice view of the upper area as well.
Cool.
It's quite a lot of. Oh, look at him running.
Yeah. They're not really swimming nearby right now. They like to walk at the bottom of the lake sometimes, which I find hilarious. And you'll just see like a hippo
Okay.
walking by. Like, okay.
Is this water completely clean?
Yeah, it looks a bit cloudy.
It was
Or is
like that when I
just
first put it in. There's water purifiers everywhere. That's just how the water looks in this
okay.
game, unfortunately. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, but it's been like that since the beginning.
Okay.
And I do have water generators. I can show you. I have a hidden staff.
I believe you.
Oh my
There's
god, it's all
a
village.
That's a gloomy spot.
This is the depression room. Go take your break. Look at him. He's just
Oh.
like, oh.
No natural light. It's just a cave.
Exactly. Whatever. You gotta give them some place to work.
Never see daylight again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my underground food court
Wow.
for the
Yeah,
hippos.
that's cool.
That's a cool design.
All right, let's go check out Hippo Hole. Dun, 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 dun. It's the Hippo Hole.
You and your names.
Hippo.
So this is the big view. So I kept on going back and forth on this design, but it turned out quite okay. So if we click on one of these hippos, it's 9,500 land, 9,500 water. I ended up getting the balance just right, but they require 6,000. But they're not even at full herd size. So they will be unhappy with the space once there's like 20, 30 of them in here, or how many the max is. So yeah, this space actually isn't too big. It's actually too small for a full herd. But it's a cool little walkway, bridge. I like it, with good viewing all the way around. Then there's the lion's lair. I downloaded this blueprint. I
Yeah,
stole
I
that.
saw that on the workshop.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Really
It
cool
really
scope.
is.
Before we go to the lion's lair, let's hop down and look at the hippo stuff. Got little
It's
babies
a baby hippo.
sticking his head in there. What are you doing? So yeah, they have little
Huge.
homes on the sides, on either side. And there's the
I
view.
like the space.
Yeah, it's quite big. I put like a
Really
little
big.
island thing out here. And then this
Do
is...
they want any vegetation?
No, not really, no.
Oh, really?
There's actually more than enough. But that's because the barriers in this game, they go up infinitely. So the barriers are actually in the wall. They're null barriers. And before I was having this issue where they were just lined out and they would like go up to the wall and be like, animals escaped, animals escaped. And I'm like, oh my God. So I've buried them in the wall, but it's including these bushes as their decorations. So that's kind of interesting. Run, run. So this is my hidden staff room. If we go on in. Oh, water generator's breaking, but there's still one on the other side, so we're good. Why don't everyone's always being requested, but never getting there, right?
Yeah.
So they have all their amenities that they need in here, and it's hidden from the rest of the guests. I wanted to decorate this area a little bit, but I was like, I don't know what to do, so I just left it. We have a little food court up here. It's quite packed.
Busy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're having a battle over there. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I told you they make that noise.
But look how cool it looks, though.
They do. It's amazing.
Hop.
Oh, look at their fat faces.
I love it when the animals is fighting in this game.
It's quite great.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
gave
the guy's
up.
smiling.
And then they're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
They're cute. Hippos
I
are,
scream, you scream.
hippos
we
are
both scream.
my favorite animal in the game so far. I don't know why. They sell for like 1,000 each. They breed quite quickly. They get up to massive herd size. They allow you to decorate massive enclosures. They're definitely like the S tier animal. I love them.
Can't they have peafowls in their enclosures?
I don't think so. I mean, the Zoopedi didn't suggest anything.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the elephants. That
Did you
grow
put
rhinos that
peafowls
can-
in with your hippos? Poor peafowls.
No, I haven't done it yet. It was the
They're
rhinos.
quite, they're quite
have a
vicious,
have a
aren't
snack.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter anyway. Everyone has like 1,000 of them running around.
So this is the third blueprint that I downloaded off the Steam Workshop. Someone made a monkey mountain or something like that. And I have freaking couple lemurs in here. I have to go to here to find them, though. There's one. And there's...
It's a nice building that person made. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's all this for 2 lemurs. Hopefully they start breeding. Yeah, it is pretty
This
nice
looks
in
really
here.
nice.
Yeah. Although these white things seem a little off to me, I would probably put real trees in their place. But I think they're supposed to be
like-
textured. You like the white? I would probably color them, if anything. The white just seems a little strange to me.
It's a bit modern.
Yeah, it's really nice, though. It's just, I just wanted to get more animals in the zoo. So, the wolves den here didn't quite work out, so I ran out of money and I couldn't fix the problem, but we're supposed to come in here. There's the glass single-sided so you can see the wolves, and then there's these kind of like little viewing areas. It's basically like a crappy version of the first one that I put all that work into that I lost. But basically, I mentioned this in my last video, so people are going to hear me repeat myself, but barriers go infinitely down and infinitely up, even though it doesn't seem that way. So when they actually came in here, it says the animal has escaped because they passed under this barrier. So in order to fix this, I would have had the wall have to go up this way, or I would have had to link it to the glass, but then the problem is the wolves would go up, over, and out. So yeah, I would have had to wrap it up this way. So
How have you fixed it? Then?
I didn't. I pulled the wolves out because I had no money to fix it. I can't even move the thing without money. Like how much money I have. Negative 150,000.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ow.
Yeah. So we built as much as we could, and then we just pushed play and lost it all. So yeah, that is the intention for the wolves den. But if that one barrier was moved back here, it would have been thriving. It would have been good. We have the staffing facilities set up back here. It's shared with the monkeys over there. And then on this side of the zoo, we had, I again, just makeshift, quickly put in some warthogs. It's a nice,
Warthogs.
yeah, nice little area for them to chill out. They got mud baths. I think they're already giving birth too. I saw some babies sitting around there. So this is their little paradise.
They breed pretty quickly. One time I didn't look for half an hour and suddenly there were 60 warthogs in the pen instead of 2.
They breed quickly and they're easy to get to gold star, and then the gold stars can sell for like 50, 60 a pop on the market. So they're actually not. That's a good starter animal, for sure.
Yeah. But I've seen that a lot of people in Discord have now been saying that it's really broken and they don't get any offspring anymore. At all.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've read that too.
After
Like
the update.
current update, yeah.
Huh.
So it's better that it crashes and burns now than
Yeah.
yeah, that this happened like at the end.
So we have the water viewing for gharials, and they've already had offspring too. Is that the little one? Where's the little one? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Cool.
a little guy.
This is our tropical paradise. Is this rotting, or is that supposed to be?
Oh,
No, it's rotting.
I think it's rotted.
blood pumpkin.
Nobody ever does their job in this game. I can't even select it.
Yummy.
Whatever.
Maybe it's not. No.
There's a keeper in that pen.
Yeah, he's just here to vacuum and he'll leave. Turn around.
Do you guys think it's a bit weird how they did it with
See?
the keepers just walking in with the wild
How do
animal
they?
thing?
How do they get? Sorry,
How do they what?
No,
Cell was saying something.
no, I said the keepers, they just walk into like a crocodile enclosure or a lion enclosure.
And then they just leave.
Yeah.
They don't
No,
even
yeah, not
replace the.
leave.
I guess they can't get to the pumpkin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How did they get to the island?
See, I built a bridge over there for the these guys. I forgot to do that over here, but we don't have any money, so we can't fix this problem.
Sell some trees.
No, that
bad.
doesn't work. It costs you money to.
Look at
I tried deleting the trees and it cost money. There we go.
Oh.
Problem solved. No more rotten pumpkin for you. All right. That's basically all the main enclosures surrounding the whole hippo area. The last thing we got to check out is the lion's lair.
Ooh.
Doo-doo-doo.
Spooky cave area.
Sabanya.
There's one. So, single-sided viewing
that?
for a cave.
Oh.
It's nice. It's huge. Alright.
That's what she said.
Giant.
What's...
Someone hurt?
Oh, with Thunder woke up.
Hey,
Jeez.
Thunder! Nice for you to join us.
I've been here.
Isn't this what happened when he was on the birthday park?
I stopped by the vending machines for a minute.
Oh my god, it's a disaster back here. So this is all the hidden staffing.
Everything is
But
burning.
check out, the staffing actually goes outside and you're in the back of the lion's den now.
Cool.
That's cool.
So the basically the guests come into the cave, but they can only view over there and here. And if they want to actually like view the lions, they have to go up. And they go all the way up here. But not only do we have the lions up here, we have Grizzly Hill.
Woo!
Wow.
That's a pretty sign.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yep, so I have a couple grizzlies up here. Now their bed, I don't know if they're using it or not, but their beds are in here.
That's cool.
I don't know if it works. But it is what it is.
Oh, it should,
cute.
right?
There's are sleeping under the sign.
But where's
It works.
yeah, this one's just sleeping over there.
You sure it's
kinda-
not dead?
Looks kind of dead.
Look at that dog.
Funny. He's dead.
I just thought he, you know, sleep
May you
had
rest
a real
in peace, yo man.
had a real hard night. I thought he was just sleeping pretty hard over there. I sleep like that sometimes.
God.
Well, sorry. I guess he didn't like the bed. Sue's a disaster.
Wow.
Oh. All right. So here's the. I mean, there's so much viewing for these lions. It's quite
Whoa,
crazy.
that's a big area for them. Is that someone running in their habitat?
A vet.
Running from the lions. Yeah, what you were saying earlier, Zell, it is weird that they just like, I'm walking in this lion den here.
Right?
I'm gonna pull
They
out a
should-
vacuum and scare you, and
Yeah, they should do something about it. Well, not with all of them, but with some of them that they just can't walk in there. Also with feeding. You know, it's just weird.
yeah, you
To
think
me,
they'd
but yeah,
slide it through a door or like a window.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But maybe then I'm just too overcomplicating it. But
So
don't they usually have like an in-between area where they lure them in before they
yeah.
let them?
that makes sense. So like
With
an
these
airlock.
cages,
So basically, the
Yeah.
reason there's this rock pile here, you have to. The enclosure door has to be in a part of the outer enclosure parameter. So what I originally had was the enclosure just going around, and I was like, here's the door. Nope, the game won't like that. So now what I have to do is I have to use a null barrier and fish it along one side and connect it to there, and then fish it along the other side and connect it to there. And now technically it's a U, if that makes sense. So I had to put this big ass rock wall there. Otherwise, like, they would just like walk through this and be like, animal has escaped. And I'm like, what? It was a disaster, an absolute disaster. But it turned out kind of nice back here. It's a big sprawling area for the lions.
Yeah.
But I am so freaking exhausted from building all this stuff. I'm over it. There it is.
Quite a big project.
Yeah, it's gonna be
really
good when it comes out on Sandbox. If we can, I hope we can disable aging and diseases and all that stuff, so you can just focus on building zoo.
Yeah, get as
They said we could do that.
yeah, so
that'd be nice.
get as many animals as you want in the enclosure. Make it so they don't breed anymore. Make it so they don't age, and then you don't have to ever like manage them, and you can just move on to the next area. But yeah,
Yeah.
the franchise mode has driven me up the wall. I am so over franchise mode at this point.
Well, they have 1 month to fix it.
And the thing is that the best way to play franchise mode is the worst way to play the game. Like, basically, throw down a circle, put 2 enclosures in, fast forward, and you're done. You win. You know, move on to the next one. If you try to do something like this, oh, we're making profits. Would you look at that? We're gonna climb out of this hole.
What's going on?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Have you checked your ticket prices if they haven't reset?
You know, they fixed that apparently, but they don't like the ticket prices as much as they used to. Like, I used to charge them like $100 and they would pay it. Oh, and then all of a sudden this happens. Bonk. Like, I don't know, it just periodically charges me like 20 grand, and I'm like, well, there's no climbing out of that.
But it's also the guests. I mean, it seems very inconsistent.
It does. You're like,
right?
Because, like, what do they have? Like, everything is donations, so it's not profits. Like, what are you profiting off of donations? You know, like, I don't know, it seems weird. The only thing that you can profit off of is like drinks. And how many of those do we have? We have some down there. We have some up here. That's the only thing that can bring me in cash. Seems really weird. Yeah, basically, all of the sales are ticket prices, and they won't even come into this park if I charge them $40. Like, come on, this is an awesome zoo for $40. They're like, nope, not coming in. I don't know. And like, think about it. Planet Coaster, you could charge $70 to go on a coaster. They won't even pay $40 to enter my zoo.
But they also donate $20 each time.
Do they? Is it 20?
Yeah, it's 20 most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not donating. Look how many donation. Have you seen anyone donate? Donate! All that work for nothing.
Oh.
And there's tons of education. If we look at the education here.
Next to the education, you should have most of the donation bits.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
No.
Yeah.
But I also noticed that I put down the Himalayan bear, and it was completely packed. The whole park was there, and after 5 minutes, no one cared.
Yeah.
Like, no one cared about the bear, and I was like, what?
Huh?
How did this happen?
Nobody cared about that bear either. It's gone now.
It's gone.
Just biodegradable bear.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
All right.
Dust to dust.
So that's my zoo, guys.
Cool.
Zanzibar Zoo. All that work. 4 days work. Delete it. Just marquee. Delete.
Oh. It's only 1,600?
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't include buildings. It counts buildings as one,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay.
or or something like that.
Yep. So that's the end of Zanzibar Zoo.
What's your thought about it, Johnny? The game?
I'm so indifferent. I think the actual game has potential. I think there's a lot of amazing aspects about it, but the beta was rough, like really
Yes.
so rough that like
Yep.
if it's anything like what it is on the beta on release, it might be the game that gets swept under the rug.
It's
And,
like,
and people just move on, go, oh, it's too buggy
Jurassic
for me.
Park.
Exactly. It could be a Jurassic Park. But the thing is, Jurassic Park didn't have all the ability to make these custom things and build this custom stuff and like actually make a building, make a blueprint, upload it to the workshop. So like this has all the sauce, the special sauce. But the thing is, the game, like right now I'm getting like 45 SPS, and like I feel like I would, if I were to keep, you know what I mean? Like this is just me getting started. This is 4 days of playing. Like I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface of this zoo, but it's already hitching, it's like crashing all the time. So they have a lot of work to do in the time that's remaining, and if they get that done, it's going to be an amazing game. I feel like franchise mode is going to be very exploity. People are just going to find the best route to making it's going to become irrelevant very quickly, you know? Like I don't see the point in having an auction house and people selling animals and stuff, because you can only have a 1 hour timer on it. It's going to get so inflated that it's going to become pointless. And the real ticket to franchise mode is not making pretty parks, but making efficient parks. And efficient parks aren't necessarily pretty. So I think franchise mode had a lot of potential, but I don't know if it's gonna realize its own potential. So we'll have to wait and see. But I do think sandbox people are gonna make some amazing zoos, and hopefully they don't crash.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think that's what they should have given us, like a limited sandbox. You know, I tweeted it, or on Instagram I wrote a message and I got a really salty reply.
Oh,
But,
really?
Yeah.
What's the reply?
No, I've just like, yeah, but this is the beta, and you know, we're testing it, and the whole community is helping us fix the game, blah blah blah. It's like, okay.
Yeah, if you say something about the game, then you always get that in the face. Remember, it's a beta.
Yeah.
But come on.
But still.
We want your
This was
we want your
raw.
feedback unless it's critical.
Yeah.
And then we'll
We
get
only want-
salty to you.
Only want fanboys.
Yeah, but that's not the point of a beta. You're asking for feedback. Anyways, what did you guys think of the beta?
I thought it was rough, man. I've played way shittier games with a way better beta.
Agreed. Wix?
Yeah. I have different bugs every day. It changes. So it was unplayable for me Friday. I think every time I did something with the barriers or terrain, it like freezed for I don't know 10-15 seconds, and I had to wait for it every time. That was tough.
And
It's so weird that
Toronto?
some people have these bugs and I didn't have most of those. I only had the not getting conservation point stuff, and I didn't get any crushes at all.
Wow.
So I don't understand why some people have them and others don't.
Did you make a big sprawling zoo?
It wasn't as big as this was.
My last one was like half
have
the
to
size
say.
and it corrupted.
Yeah, still. But everyone
Yeah.
has different issues in the same
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like some people
Yeah.
have different bugs. That's just really weird to me. And it gave me just a lot of anxiety, all those bugs, so I just stopped. But I do like their initial game. With
Yeah,
those bugs. It can be really good.
It's gonna
It's
be a great
beautiful.
game probably when they completely fix it. It was just very rough, I think, to get the beta in this state. I
Yeah.
know they have to test it, but a month before,
Yes.
and then these
They
amount of
don't
bugs,
have enough time,
it
I
was
think.
quite heavy.
I think it's really good if they postpone, if they don't have enough time to fix all of it. I think it's better to postpone the dates.
No, I don't know. I don't.
think so.
Once you set it, you market it like the marketing plan. Everybody's set to launch for that date. That's a nightmare to reschedule. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think it's ever happened unless it's like a game that was in early access or something. We're like, oh,
But don't you think this is a bit
I
short?
played
Like
beta in
1
another
month?
game that.
sorry.
1 month to release? Don't you think it's a bit too short to have the beta at this moment? Not like 2 or 3 months before?
I said that with Planet Coaster, which was a week before release. And then they came out and none of it was fixed. It eventually got fixed over the years, but that's the mentality of the game industry these days. We'll get it out, fix it later.
You know, maybe it's easier to play this game if you have Sandbox unlocked.
For sure.
So even if they
Yeah.
release it with bugs, I think it's enjoyable if you have Sandbox as well.
Yeah, managing the money and like the fact that there's no coasters bringing in some fat bucks,
Yeah. But
it
it's
becomes
also
really
the-
weird.
Especially if you have the P-files and all those animal ostriches, you know, you're just managing the whole time. You're basically on pause mode.
The
entire
Savannah was a
game.
nightmare.
Yeah.
The Savannah was
Yeah,
an
that was a nightmare. And they kept on fighting and kicking each other out of the barrier when they were fighting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I constantly had animal escape just because they were fighting for the alpha male.
Jeez.
For some reason, I had ostrich babies glitching through the walls continuously.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I'm feeling completely pooched out. After 3 zoos, I've been playing this game pretty much every day since the beta dropped, fighting my way through the bugs, but trying to be creative. I feel like I did create some creative looking things, and I feel somewhat accomplished, but like that's fighting like tooth and nail against the bugs, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't just creatively doing it, and I also had to like bank my cash
Yeah.
and like make a successful zoo before I could actually begin playing, and like do my research ahead of time so that I could actually put down the pieces that I wanted. So like just being able, like it was just I'm over it. Like I'm actually thrilled to have a 1 month break before ever being able to open the game again. I'm like I get a vacation from the game. It was so stressful. I don't know how to put it to you. Just
Yeah,
stressful.
I agree. I had that too.
And I feel
But
like
I
a
feel like-
weight off my shoulder with the beta ending.
The constant thought that it might crash or never open again, or
Yeah. Yeah.
I do feel like the sandbox will give a more relaxing experience.
Hopefully.
And then you can just focus on making really nice Indian area and then, I don't know, African area. And this really beautiful big park. Well, maybe not big, but if it still crashes. But
I hope they optimize
to
it a
wait
bit.
and see. Like I said, I think I said this in my last video, is I'm going to be taking it slow on release, like I'm walking on eggshells. I'm going to start doing all the small things and see how it performs. And because if it's anything like the beta, I'm not taking any risks. So, you know, I'm over that. Because if I do crash on release, I'm literally never playing the game again. I'm straight up saying that right now. If I build up a park and I lose it, I'll never play the game again. I will be so done because I've already done that 3 times. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'll look at other people's stuff, but man, I'm not going through the heartache. No way.
oh well. What you made here is really pretty with the different levels. I really like that. And the big enclosures.
Thank you.
Habitats.
Yeah, it looks really nice, man.
No, good job.
You did a good job.
Yes.
Any final thoughts, you guys, before we end off the episode? Anything you want to get out there?
Have you rotated your trees? No. Joking.
I think we said enough.
If you guys want to see more Planet Zoo, go check out Wix's YouTube channel. You want to plug your Twitch and your YouTube? I'll have a link in the description, but it's Wix TV, right?
Wixzy on Twitch, and then just Wix here on YouTube.
All right, I'll put a link down in the description, and you guys could go check it out, because he's also doing some pretty awesome builds over on his channel. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
I completely left Thunder out. What do you think of the beta? He's here. Oh, he's like, he didn't even say anything. He's like, just let it go finally.
Just let it go. I think covered all the topics.
All right, you got nothing to add then?
No.
Okay. He's speechless. He's speechless on this beta. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in on the series of Zanzibar Zoo, watching me build it all up. And thank you guys for joining me for the final video.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Boom.
Did a good job here, man.
Thanks. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we will see you in a month from now. We're taking a vacation. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.